Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Premapurnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahiteratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Hari Om, a very warm welcome. The beauty, the glory, and the joy being with the Balarama. Please note, it is not Balarama, though in English they write Balarama. You can also pronounce it as Balarama, it is not so. It is Balarama, remember. Being with Balarama, the Bhagavan, is such a wonderful experience we have been seeing now. And now we saw from the last session, the beauty of the Bhagavan is being explained, isn't it? It is said, Samudrika Lakshanas. Samudrika Lakshana, there are a lot of that. I am not going to explain all of them. Maybe you can Google it. Every single part, Vishalanayana, like that, we saw big eyes, beautiful nose, very beautiful, cute lips, two teeth above and below, very enchanting, and little palms with tiny fingers, and then the legs. The leg was red, and in that the nails in the feet was shining. Isn't it? All that we saw. And we also saw that Bhagavan had one particular symbol. What is that? An impression of a feet on his chest. And then I told you that today I will start with that story. Creator Brahmaji, sustainer Vishnuji, and the Lord of dissolution Bhagavan Shivji, all of them are three portfolios of the same Bhagavan. We have seen it several times. But however, why are these there? Now see, these are portfolios given to a very evolved soul. But all said and done, one step above is the Supreme Brahman, which is the truth in all of us, functioning in and through this particular jiva. But the jiva is able to function only because of the presence of that Supreme. Alright. Now in the path of evolution, all of us are here to purify our mind, gain the knowledge of that Supreme, and realize the divinity in us, which is the true me and not the Sharira Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara. This is the purpose of a human life. Otherwise, we are no different from the animals. We have seen it several times, isn't it? So, in the process of this evolution from a Jiva Bhava to Brahmatma Aikya. Brahmatma Aikya is again a very figurative expression for us like you and me to understand. There is nothing called Aikyam. There is only one Supreme Brahman. In the process of evolution, you have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, who are given the portfolios of creation, sustenance and dissolution. Once it so happened, coming to the story part of it, Brahmaji, creator Brahmaji's son Bhrigu, he was assigned a particular task. What is that task? They wanted to find out, Brahmaji, Vishnuji and Shivaji wanted to find out who is great among them, or rather greater among them. Who is great? Bhrigu was given that particular task. So, the creator's son Bhrigu sat for a while quietly and thought, what is that medium through which I can ascertain who is great among the three? He was a very brilliant person, highly evolved soul, very intelligent. A thought came to him, let me do this. So what did he do? He went to Brahmaji very, very early morning. Brahmi Muhurta we may say. At that time everybody were resting probably. Bhrigu goes to Brahmaji. At that early morning when he went, Brahmaji actually got worried. Why did you come and disturb me? So quietly Bhrigu returned. Hi Ram, sorry, Pitashri. He came back. Then he went to Shivaji. After meeting Brahmaji, he went to Shivaji. Shivaji was in dhyana. He was in dhyana swarupa. And when Bhrigu went to Shivaji, naturally the very trend, the very way, what I say, the technical word is krama. A particular norm is to praise the Lord when you go, when you enter the place where Bhagavan is. Shivaji was sitting and he was in Dhyana Swarupa. He loudly praised and went. That disturbed Shivaji. Therefore, Shivaji also became very angry. And Shivaji becoming angry is very terrible. He is so easy to become happy, and he was also very lot of risk going towards Shivaji. So Bhrigu ran away and came. Then he went to Vishnu Bhagavan. Vishnu Bhagavan was beautifully resting in his Adishesha, maybe at the lap of Mata Lakshmi ji, and experiencing that supreme bliss of the presence, the Brahma Tattva. Bhrigu went. The moment he went, he straight went, because Vishnu Bhagavan was, half or 3/4 eyes closed, he was resting. He straight went and gave one kick on Vishnu's chest. As though one whole Brahmanda shook for a minute, Vishnu Bhagavan woke up. Lakshmi ji was completely tensed. What is happening? How can anybody come and kick Bhagavan? But Bhagavan Vishnu, he was unperturbed. He got up and he said, Bhrigu, Swagatam, please come. I did not notice you. I am very sorry. Please come. What can I do for you? Shall I serve you something? If we can dramatize nicely, you see. Can I serve you something? Please forgive me for my inadvertent, I was lying down. That is my normal way of this one. I did not notice you. Bhrigu then realized the greatest is Vishnu. Now please note, Shaivites should not get offended, or people who are Brahma Upasaka should not get offended. This is one beautiful Leela by Bhagavan to indicate something. Now this story is for a particular purpose. To have that purpose only, do not overwork in your mind. Shivaji is lesser than Vishnu Bhagavan. Vishnu Bhagavan is greater. That means Shivaji is not greater. Who said Shivaji is not greater? Shaivites will get highly offended. Please, it is not to belittle or degrade or anything. The story is like that. Let us look at it. Look at the story and enjoy the story. Bhrigu, when he went and kicked Bhagavan, that pada has got imprinted in Bhagavan's heart. This has two meanings. One, of course, is the bhakta is given all rights. Bhagavan feels as though the bhakta has got all rights on him. A true bhakta, don't misunderstand or over-understand, get ideas and all. Pure bhakta, true bhakta, it has got its own, definitions. Bhagavan comes down to the level of bhakta. And we will see in this Ramayana how Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra comes down to the level of bhakta and protects his bhakta, loves his bhaktas. And that particular quality of endurance, forbearance, acceptance, and not reacting to a situation but responding to a condition. And Bhagavan Vishnu, when he realized, he kept that feet in his heart and blessed Bhrigu. Then the story continues there. We will not go to it. The purpose, what I was to tell you here, is that imprint of the feet in Bhagavan's heart, in chest. Alright. So, this is what I had to tell you, because yesterday we saw that there was a footprint. Alright. And then we concluded yesterday with the 199th Doha. Sukha sandoha moha para jnana gira gotita dampati parama prema basa karasi sucharita punita siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. Dampati parama prema basa. Dasharatha and Kausalya ji were completely immersed in, drowned in, completely into that love for Bhagavan, love for Sri Ramchandra ji. A very beautiful incident happened. Let us see what Tulsi Das ji writes. एहि विधि राम जगत पितु माता कोसलपुरबासिन सुखदाता जिन रघुनाथ चरण रतिमानी तिन की यह गति प्रगट भवानी रघुपति विमुख जतन कर कोरी कवन सकई भव बंधन छोरी जीव चराचर बस कै राखे सो माया प्रभु सो भय भाखे भ्रुकुटि बिलासन चावई ताही अस प्रभु चाढ़ी भजिय कहूँ काही मन क्रम बचन छाड़ी चतुराई भजत कृपा करि हहि रघुराई एहि विधि शिशु विनोद प्रभु कीन्हा सकल नगर बासिन सुख दीन्हा लय उछंग कबहु कहल रावै कबहु पालनी घाली झुलावै प्रेम मगन कौसल्या निसि दिन जातन जान सुत सनीह बस माता बाल चरित खर गान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Ehi Vidhi, in this way, Rama, who is Jagata Pitu Mata. Who is Rama? He is the father, he is the mother. We say in Guru Stotram, we say Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Bhagavan is that Sarvam. Ehi Vidhi Rama Jagata Pitu Mata. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Pita Hamasya Jagataha Mata Pita Dhata Pitamaha. That particular Bhagavan is Pita Aham Asya Jagataha. Mata Dhata Pitamaha. I am the father, I am the mother. I am the Jagat and I am that Pitamaha. Meaning what? He indicates all the ancestors. Everybody is me alone. Kosalapura Basina Sukhadata. He is the Sukhadata. He is the giver of Sukha, joy, happiness, that bliss. He is a Sukhadata for whom Kosalapura Basinaha. For the people who lived in Kosalapura, he was the great giver of joy by his physical presence there. Now one may ask, why does he say Kosalapura Basina? Why will he not give joy to people in Mysuru or Bengaluru or Delhi, America, Antarctica? He is the giver of joy everywhere. But here he has taken avatara physically. So that little baby Rama, Bala Rama, is such a giver of joy by his very presence, by his very looks, which we saw. Jina Raghunatha Charanarati Mani. And now see, Tulsi Das ji is going to tell us something very important. This has been told earlier also, but he is repeating for us to make sure that we don't forget that particular point. Jina Raghunatha Charana Ratimani. Those people, Jina, Raghunatha Charana Ratimani, who accepts the glory of Bhagavan's feet and loves Bhagavan's feet, with lot of devotion. When you surrender at the feet of Bhagavan, those who have such a great devotion, Tinakiyah Gati Pragata Bhavani. Now look at this point. To such people who have extreme love for Bhagavan, they will get liberated. This is one point. But the interesting point here is, we will see in the Puranas, when a shapa is given to somebody for their some wrongdoing, incorrect behavior, there has been a very beautiful story. They ask that person, do you want a long life in the world or a short life as Rakshasa in the world so that you can come back to Bhagavan? Many people chose the latter. I would like to be a Rakshasa, troubling others, but because of my trouble, Bhagavan will come soon and take me back, killing me from there. Bhagavan gives moksha even to people who hate them, and he comes, kills them and liberates them. What a beautiful thing. All the Rakshasas, whomever we know, Bhagavan has killed them in whichever rupa. Either as Rama or Shiva or Brahma, whichever rupa, Samhara takes place, Narasimha or Devi Swarupa, whichever rupa, when Bhagavan comes down to kill an evil soul, that a Rakshasa or a Rakshasi, it can be both, they are immediately liberated. That is a vara they come with. Alright. So many people think, Bhagavan, frankly speaking, to love actually is very difficult. To hate is very easy. Why? We have been habituated hating people. Very easily we hate people, isn't it? And I remember once Gurudev would say, the first person you hate is your own guru, it seems. Think. Because a guru tells something which you don't like. The guru says, don't have desire. But I am filled with desire. My very presence as a human being itself is because of desire. How can I give up desire? I desire this. I want happiness. I want happiness through what? Some things, some conditions, some people, some pets. Maybe people love pets more than human beings these days. Think. It is not an exaggerated statement. Whatever may be the case, I derive happiness from all of them, therefore I want them more and more. And because all of them are not easily acquirable, I don't know if there is a word in English called acquirable, because it is not available so easily, the emotion of the desire turns into krodha. Kama leads to krodha. Now think carefully. Bhagavan liberates people who hate him. Rakshasas were hating Bhagavan to the core. We all know. In many cases, we are also one in that same list. Why? We also hate Bhagavan. Why? Bhagavan has not given me this. Bhagavan has not given me that. The neighbor has got that much. That person has got that much. Why is Bhagavan having partiality? Oh, Paraba, the way we hate Bhagavan, I tell you, the highest hatred is on Bhagavan only. Maybe not very vividly, but subconscious, our mind, go on grinding the teeth. Isn't it? Hating is easy. To love unconditionally, Hai Ram, is so difficult, so difficult, so difficult. Our love is always with an asterisk and say, conditions apply. Think. Our love is based on conditions. We cannot love unconditionally because we are bound by our own desires, our own pettiness. Think. Therefore, now see, everybody will think it is easier for me to hate and get liberated than trying to love Bhagavan, having difficulty in love, because it is difficult to love. Bhagavan is, what we have seen is a murti, maybe a photograph, maybe a chanda mama through that, but we have not seen pratyaksha. Therefore, the mind to love something which I have never seen pratyaksha is not so easy. We have pratyaksha devata along with us, our own parents. Think. Do we really love them to the core? No. I am sorry for saying this. You may have your own children. Still you have conditions apply. I take care of my son so well so that he will take care of me in my old age. Barter system. Conditions apply. Think. Therefore, when there are conditions, not one or two, Bhagavan jane, you can't even count. Countless conditions we have. For everything we have a condition. Think. Even for Bhagavad Prema, when we have so much of conditions, how can we ever experience that supreme bliss? Think. Coming back, Tulsi Dasi says, Shivaji is talking to Bhavani. Bhavani, tinaki yaha gati pragata. Bhagavan says, now see, one is Nirguna Nirakara Brahma Tattva, which is the truth, which is the supreme, which is the ultimate, which we actually are. Right? And that is the supreme bliss. Bhakti does give lot of joy, but then as I said, conditions apply. When the conditions are not appropriate to my demands, my quality of bhakti is questionable. Think. Even bhakti is a step which leads to the supreme bliss. Bhakti is also a tool. A Saguna Sakara Rupa is a tool to reach that Nirguna Nirakara Brahma Tattva, which is Ananda Swarupa itself. But one may think, what is there in Brahman? Aham Brahmasmi. Then what? We can't think. Why? Because we can't think. This limited mind, this limited intellect cannot think of that supreme. Therefore, we try to capture that Brahman with our unqualified gadgets called mind and intellect. Think. Now, Tulsi Dasji brings that thought. Aham Brahmasmi is the highest state. But to reach that Saguna Sakara Rupa is extremely important. In fact, it is inevitable. You must have bhakti towards a Saguna Brahma to reach that Nirguna Brahma Tattva. And Saguna Brahma is given in different forms. Ramchandra ji, Sita ji, Lakshman ji, Hanuman ji, Devi, Ganapati, Krishna. Why? Guru is also an avatar only. How many of us can understand that supreme state of Guru Tattva? Please note, I am not talking of a physical Rupa. I am talking of the Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is also the supreme. But embodied Brahman. That is why Naguror adhikam tattvam, Naguror adhikam tapaha, tattva jnanat param nasti. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Therefore, now that we come to understand that Saguna Sakara Rupa is extremely important for me to surrender my ego. Ego is the hindrance between man and Bhagavan. Man, woman included. Think. This ego, if it is not there, we are that supreme only. This ego, which is required to be eradicated, can only be done when the mind becomes purer. Purer the mind, sharper the intellect. Sharper the intellect, discrimination comes with clarity. When discrimination comes with clarity, the real and the unreal, the eternal and the ephemeral, the distinction becomes very clear. Once the distinction becomes very clear, the Anatma Tattva actually does not exist, which we think that alone exists. Atma Tattva alone exists, which we think does not exist. Why? I cannot see, I cannot comprehend, I cannot feel. Think. Therefore, this Saguna Sakara Brahma Swarupa, in the form of, let us say, Rama, is one beautiful alambana for my impure mind to surrender. And for that to surrender, the mind has to come to know the glories of that supreme Saguna Sakara Brahma. And therefore, the Leelas are given for us to merge into it. Love that Bhagavan through the Leelas, through the beautiful virtues of Bhagavan, and then discard our own filthy, stinking ego. Think. Now the question comes, when Brahma Tattva, Nirguna Nirakara Brahma Tattva gives me absolute joy, Saguna Sakara Upasana also gives me joy, and in case I hate Bhagavan, then also I get liberated. What is the distinction? Why should I love a Saguna Brahma is easier to hate. I will anyway get liberated. Think. Now look at this beautiful thought. Raghupati Vimukha. Those who are against Raghupati, who hate Bhagavan, who have enmity to Bhagavan, Raghupati Vimukha, Jatana Karakori, in case somebody, they have hatred towards Bhagavan, or they may not hate Bhagavan, but they are struggling to get out of this samsara bandhana. What is it? Ego only. Identification with this sharira mana buddhi chitta ahankara, which I am not. Because of the delusion, I have got stuck with the sharira mana buddhi chitta ahankara, and therefore I am struggling to come out of that bandhana. Think. And such people who are either hating Bhagavan or who are struggling to come out of bandhana, kavana sakaiba bandhana chori, how can they come out of bandhana? Who can bring liberation to them? Why? I am already attached to my body. I am this. Swami Hamsananda. I am a sannyasi. I am living here. I am teaching. I am giving talks. And everybody should. Oh, yo. Think. It will become a greater samsara bandhana than being in the world as a normal person. Think. Now see, the one who has hatred or the one who is struggling to come out of bandhana, as long as, this is the main point, as long as you don't have love for a higher altar, here Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. Unless there is a higher altar to whom you surrender, to whom you can love, you can extend the devotion, offer my surrender, Sharanagati. Without an altar, for such people who hate Bhagavan, for such people who are struggling to come out of samsara bandhana, it is extremely difficult. Because there must be a force to bring me out of bandhana, to bring me out of that maya to which I am caught up. Isn't it? When I am already drowned, there must be something to pull me out, isn't it? From the ocean of samsara. And that which can pull me out from the ocean of samsara is Bhagavan, the Saguna Sakara Rupa. Tulsi Dasji, in a very beautiful grantha called Vinaya Patrika, Tulsi Dasji has given another very beautiful grantha. I call it grantha because it is so beautiful. There are a lot of songs. Vinaya Patrika is a compilation of lot of songs. And in one of the song, Kahe ko phirata mana, hey mana, oh mind, where are you wandering? Why are you wandering? Karata bahujatana. You are doing so many things. For what? All of us from dawn to dusk, from Janana to Marana, and again from Janana to Marana, and again from Janana to Marana, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatareshan. All that. What are we trying to do? We want that supreme happiness. That is why we are here. Is it not? Whatever we are doing for that permanent happiness. Whatever we are not doing, again we are not doing because I want permanent happiness. I want something to be happy. I don't want something to be happy. I want some people to be happy. I want to get rid of people to be happy. Everything boils down to one, being happy. And you are Ananda Swarupa. Think. Mudhamate bhaja govindam. Acharya Shankara says. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati. Kahe ko phirata mana karata bahujatana. So much of things you are doing. Why are you doing? Mithai na dukha. Dukha, the sorrow, the bandhana, na mithai. It cannot go out of you. Why? You are only holding. Sorrow is not holding you. How many of us know the children go and hug one pillar and say, "Oh, the pillar is holding me, release me, release me." Aren't we like that? Mithai dukha. For whom? Vimukha Raghukula Bira, the one who stands against. One who is turned away from Raghukula. Veera. Veera means what? That particular great power which can take you out of that samsara bandhana. You are not thinking of him. You are only thinking of the whims and fancies of life. You are hating him because you are not able to get what you want. And such people, why? Kije jo koti upaye. What crores of ways you can try. Kije jo koti upaye. Trividha tapa na jayi. Trividha tapa. What are the three types of tapa? Adi bhautika, adi daivika, and adhyatmika tapa. All the tapas, pain, suffering, disturbance, agitations will not go until you surrender at the feet of Bhagavan. So, Tulsidas is amused. Why are you not going towards Rama? He is there, he is ready, he is waiting. Royally unemployed people are Bhagavans only. Why? Nobody wants them. Everybody are busy in the world. Acquiring, possessing, indulging, embracing, enjoying all the things and beings of the world. Not knowing they can give only petty and paltry pleasure which will go by the time you recognize it. But here is the very abode of all joy. Think. Look at that. Jiva charachara basakai rakhe. Jiva charachara, inanimate and animate, whatever may be jiva, basakai rakhe. This Maya Shakti has held in her captivity all the jivas, animate and inanimate, the entire universe. The Maya Shakti has held captivate. But so Maya, that particular power, delusive power, Prabhu Sobhaya Bhake, that power is afraid of Prabhu Bhagavan. Why? Maya Shakti has been created by Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the cause of Maya. Cause is eternally greater than the effect. Maya is an effect. That Maya has captivated all of us and we are in the spell of Maya. But Bhagavan is such that so Maya, that Maya, Jiva Charachara Basake Rakhe, Prabhu so Bhaya Bhake. It will be so, powerless in front of Bhagavan. It will be afraid. Why? At one shot, how Shiva killed the Kamadeva and made him a bhasma. Like that, Bhagavan has got that capacity. Bhrukuti bilasa nachavai nahi. This Maya, which is making all of us dance, Bhagavan makes her dance to his tunes. We are dancing to her tunes, but she has to dance to Bhagavan's tunes. Bhrukuti bilasa nachavahitahi. Bhagavan will make her dance. He will not dance to her tunes. We are dancing to her tunes. Bhagavan. Asa Prabhu chadi bhajiya kahun kahi. Leaving such great Bhagavan, such Lord Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, leaving him, ignoring him. Hey, Bhavani, tell me, bhajiya kahun kahi? Whom else should I worship? That Bhagavan who can remove the Maya from me and make the revelation possible. What is that revelation? Aham Brahma Eva. That revelation is possible only by Bhagavan. Therefore, leaving Asa Prabhu Chadi, leaving that Bhagavan, Bhajiya Kahakai. Whom will I go and worship? Isn't it? Manakrama Bachana Chadi Chaturayi. The one, very important advice. Those people who do not have hatred for Bhagavan, who are immersed in the love for Bhagavan, devotion towards Bhagavan, through what? Mana, Krama, Bachana, thought, word and deed. We say, thought, word and deed. When one is surrendered, Bachana, Chadi Chaturayi, who do not use cleverness, scheming, planning, all that is not there. Unconditional love to Bhagavan. Such a person, bhajata kripa karihahi raghurayi, and worship Bhagavan Raghurayi, kripa karihahi. Bhagavan will bless you. That great, compassionate Bhagavan will bless you with that supreme experience. Where else do you have to go? Ehi vidisi subino the Prabhu kinha. In this way, Bhagavan sported in this world, giving knowledge to everybody, entertaining everybody, giving that unlimited joy to everybody. Sakala nagara basina sukadaya dinha. He gave to every Sakala Nagara Basina, to all the people of Ayodhya, Avadhapuri, Kausalya Nagari, he gave to all of them that supreme happiness, that supreme delight. Lay uchanga kabahu kahalarave. Mother Kausalya ji, she will, she takes him, and probably we put the child to sleep. There are some mothers, God, Bhagavan, I have seen, Pratyaksha I have seen, will put the child ulta on the lap. Dhamar, 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 yo Rama. How can the child sleep? And the child sleeps. That is a great, mystery. The mother or any sibling, dhamar, dhamar, they beat the child. When you beat the child, how can the child sleep? And the child sleeps, it gets adjusted. No other way, probably. Child sleep. Hi Ram. But generally we find mothers take the child on the hand and then dance with the child, and then put the child to sleep. Kabahu palane ghali jhulave. They put the child in the jhulave, in that cradle, and then rock that cradle. We also did on the day when Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, 12th of May, but you all saw it on the 1st of June, the first class you saw. Isn't it? Ramchandra ji is so beautifully made, and then everybody came and rocked that cradle. What a beautiful experience. I have seen in some of the devotees who came there on that day, here rather, not there, here. It was held outside. And then when they rocked, some people shed tears of joy. I have seen it, Pratyaksha. There is such an amount of joy when you are with Bhagavan, leaving him. Ayyo Bhagavane. Even that I have to say, Ayyo Bhagavane. Kabahu palane ghali jhulave. Prema magana Kausalya. Kausalya ji, Prema magana, she was completely wrapped, immersed and drowned in that love for Bhagavan. Nisidina jata na jana. She didn't even know when it became day, when it became night, and the day again has come, again the night has come, the days are going, the months are going. things she knew. Why? Her eyes, her mind, her intellect, her heart, everything, and the physical body, of course, obviously, is surrendered, is given at the feet of the Lord. Sutasaneha basamata bala charita karagana. And all the time, she would call everybody. You know what Rama did today? He wanted to come out of the cradle, but then he tried and then he turned back. Oh, today you know what happened? He was crawling and suddenly he stopped crawling. He sat down, turned towards me and he smiled at me. Oh, so beautiful. Don't we say? Every grandmother has no other subject to speak other than talking about the grandchildren. Think, every mother has nothing else to do than talk the glory of their child, whether that glory the child deserves or not. Think, and what to talk of Bhagavan's Leela. Sukhena Brahma Sansparsham Atyantam Sukham Ashnute, says Gita. Brahma Sansparsham, by the touch of Bhagavan, by handling the Bhagavan in the hand, rocking in the hand, and at the same time putting him into the cradle and rocking the cradle, looking at that innocence in that beautiful face. Therefore, Saguna Sakara Leela is extremely important. And while when we live with that, you forget everything. See, I also forgot time. One very beautiful thing happened. Very interesting thing happened to Kausalya ji at that time, which we will see tomorrow. Very shocking experience she had. And she was very agitated. She was extremely disturbed. She was completely restless with that experience. We will see tomorrow. All right. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.